Well, look who's here after a hard day's work. It's Mr. Pre-Med himself. Hey, come on in, have a cup of coffee.
Do I detect a note of sarcasm?
Me? Never. You're too suspicious, Professor.
Yeah.
Please.
Thank you. So what's the first order of business today?
You'll find out soon enough.
Morning, Ron.
Weaver?
You know, it's days like today that make you happy to be alive. Don't they?
What's going on?
Why don't you tell us?
Tell you what, I haven't done anything.
That is the truth.
Why don't you tell us what went on with Paula yesterday, Weaver?
You really like that kitty, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Very, very much.
That's nice.
Yeah, let's keep one together.
You like me too, don't you?
Yeah, well, you know how much I appreciate all the nice things you do for me, Blue.
I'm glad. I like doing things for you. You're different than any girl I've ever known. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Most of the girls I know, they're scared of me. They don't want me near them and don't want me to touch them. I can't understand it. And then the ones that will let me touch them, they're dirty and cheap, and I don't want to touch them. It makes me feel dirty too. But sooner or later, I get even. Yeah, I have my way. Yeah, I do. But then there's you. Why are you so different?
I guess maybe it's because I know you better than those others. See, I know, Blue, that you would never hurt me.
Huh.
Right? But, you know, you seem to be unhappy about a lot of things in your life. And I see that, and it makes me sad because you don't have to be that way.
I understand.
Well, you know, the book that I read to you from, the Bible.
Yeah?
The Bible shows us how to lead a better life. You know, all the stories that I read you, they all have a meaning.
Meaning?
Yeah, well, just like the story I read to you about the little boy who fought the giant.
Goliath! Yeah.
Good, you remember. You're really good at remembering, Blue, because, yeah, that's the right one. And now, see, there is a meaning to that, and what that means is that even if things are very hard, as long as you trust in God, then nothing will be impossible.
You mean like girls wouldn't be afraid of me anymore?
Sure, that's right. Oh, that's not funny. It's not, because, you see, you would be a whole new person. There's someone who already likes you. In fact, someone who loves you.
You.
Jesus.
Don't! Don't say that
Don't,
name.
wait, just don't hurt me!
Don't say
Don't hurt me.
that
Please,
name
please, don't
no
hurt me.
more. I don't like it. All right?
No, the gentleman asked you a question. What happened when you went to see Paula yesterday?
I'll handle this, Lance. Well,
I did what you told me to.
let's go over that, shall we? What exactly did I tell you, Weaver?
To make sure she stays in line, Ron.
And how did you go about doing that?
I talked to her some.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Paula always was a great listener.
What'd you say to her?
I told her just how unhappy you are with her.
And what did she say?
She said something like, I'm so sorry, it'll never happen again, and...
Knock it off, Lance. What did she say?
She said she'd be straight with you from now on.
And that's it, huh?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I thought I told you to rough her up a bit. Did you? Did you?
I pushed her around a little, grabbed her, yeah. What?
Oh, that's beautiful. I bet that just terrified her, Rusty.
Stay out of this.
You screwed up! You were given a direct order and you blew
I
it.
thought she told you the guy to lay off.
No, suddenly I'm very interested in what he has to say.
Now, let me tell you exactly what you did, little genius.
Tell me.
You just screwed up a beautiful setup. And let me tell you, every little cheap trick in the stable is going to think they can get away with what Paula did. They're all thinking that the only thing that's going to happen to them is they're going to get a please don't do that again from little college pansy, then it's worth the risk.
Yeah, well, I got the result you wanted, didn't I?
No, you didn't. You see, because I had to pick up where you left off. So any result we get is because of me.
You know, I may be new at all this, but I'm smart enough to know one thing. Idiots. A cut and bruised hooker's gonna bring in a heck of a lot less than one who isn't.
Yeah, well, you're not being paid to make changes in a system that already works.
What's the matter, Lance? You afraid I might have a point there? You feeling a little threatened, are you?
Oh, boy. I ain't afraid of nothing. I know how to do my job, and I know how to follow orders.
All right, thank you very much, Lance. I have only this to add. Vince Cardello may be your father and my boss. But I'm your boss, and I have little respect for family ties, very little. So I wouldn't try running off to Daddy and telling him about what you've been doing here, what your treatment's like here, because your father knows everything you've been doing here.
Don't worry, Ron. Come on, that's not my style.
I don't know about that. After what I heard about you yesterday, I don't think you're a very tough boy.
Hey, now just hold on.
Both of you hold on. I can't afford to have a person like you working for me, Weaver, and dear old Dad can't afford it either. You're too much of a risk, Weaver. So why don't you save face and back out of this while you can?
Well, now, you'd love that, wouldn't you? You know, you don't fool me either. I'm a threat to you, too. You'd use any excuse you could to get rid of me.
I think I've got a pretty good excuse right here.
Maybe. But it's the last advantage you'll ever have over me. You know, you're wrong. I'm as tough, as you put it, as either one of you. You're never gonna have the chance to think otherwise.
Why does that upset you so much?
I don't know. It just does.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Okay, I'm real sorry.
I had a girlfriend once. But like those other girlfriends I told you about, always just scared of me. So I had to make her be my girlfriend. And she started saying that name. And she wouldn't stop saying that name. Very bad habit. Now, I want you to promise me that you will never say that name again. Okay? I can't stand that name.
But Lou, it means too much to me.
I don't want you to say that name.
All right, listen, how about if I just promise not to say it in front of you? Would that be all right?
I don't want to hear that name from you ever again.
Okay. Okay, I promise I'll be real careful. Real careful.
You better. You better. you.
Hold on one second. A toast. May all your clients cancel out on you in the last minute so you and I can spend more time together.
What a noble sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you had your way, I'd probably be out of business in about a week.
But you and I would be very much in business. Now, doesn't that sound much more attractive?
Do you thrive on rejection or what?
I'd say rejection is one thing I'm not experiencing with you. Well, at least not yet.
Stick around.
I plan on it.
We'll see.
You know, you don't fool me.
I wasn't aware that I was trying to in any way.
Come on. Yes, you were. All those subtle ways of putting me down.
And some not so subtle.
Yet, we've done this several times. Why?
All of us need a certain amount of irritation in our lives or else we get edgy. You happen to be my very carefully administered dose of irritation for the week.
Well, you can say whatever you want to say, but I have my own opinion about this.
Which I'm very grateful to you for keeping to yourself.
Say what you want to say. It's not going to make anything less true.
And just because you are thinking it doesn't make it any more true.
Come on, Amber. Throw me a bone, will ya? I mean, there's got to be something that you like about me.
Well, you are paying for lunch.
Yeah, huh? And?
And I must admit, you do have a certain amount of charm. Probably a smaller quantity than you're willing to concede, though.
Well, I'll take anything I can get.
And you are fairly easy to look at.
All right. 2 compliments in a row. He's on the roll, folks. Now, would you care to elaborate on that?
No, I think I've said enough already.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I don't know, Alex. It's been my experience with cases like that to postpone surgery as long as possible. I mean, very often it could be just a chemical imbalance that could be treated effectively with medication.
Yeah, there are times when that's very true.
Yeah, well, yes, please.
Well, I certainly had better kisses in my time.
Yeah, from who?
From you. Is everything all right?
I guess so.
Would you mind if I don't believe you?
No, I guess not. I had a very rough morning.
Well, I'm sorry. Do you care to talk about it?
Not really.
Well, what would you like to do?
Silly question. A little bigger one there. Thank you. No, those guys hit me with both barrels this morning.
Who did?
My bosses. Well, actually, not my bosses, just one. The other guy's just some yo-yo who refuses to mind his own business.
Oh, what happened?
Something stupid.
Oh, another case of, you're right and they're wrong.
Yeah. And no. Well, I was wrong for not doing what they asked me to, and they were wrong for what they were asking me to do. It's completely ridiculous. I couldn't.
Well, would you care to give me the details? I won't tell anyone, I promise.
And you know I can't.
Yeah. Well, I hope someday that will change.
Me too. You don't know how much.
Yes, I do. I can see it in your eyes. And for now, that's all I need.
Thanks. Let's go get some lunch.
Great idea. I thought you'd never ask.
Hello. I guess what I'm trying to say is,
Look, I don't know who you are, and you've obviously mistaken me for someone else.
Amber, I know how you must feel, but I really just want to tell you that...
Leave me alone. Now, I can call the manager, and we can have a nasty scene. But personally, I find that very distasteful. You were saying about your schedule this afternoon?
Yeah.
I'm listening.
Well, my schedule's pretty flexible around the office, and I was just wondering if yours was the same way.
Come on, Dave. Come on, sit down. Okay. I'm sorry.
I've worried about that meeting for over a year now. I never thought it would be that bad.
Would you like to go somewhere else?
Alex, I don't think I have the strength to stand up right now.
Look, Dave, I can only guess at what you must be going through right now. But I think you need to keep one thing in mind. The initial shock of that first meeting, along with the fact that it was so unexpected, makes it seem a lot worse than it probably is.
But that look in her eyes. If anything else, it was more intense, more hateful. I had this vain hope that after all these years, I'd see something different there. But I guess that's all it was, a vain hope. Oh, dear God, I think I need a drink.
Come on, Amber, what gives? Who is he?
Told you I've never seen him before.
It's obviously new yet. And judging by the way you looked at him, he was no stranger to you either. Some former jealous lover?
That isn't funny, Gil.
Okay.
That pathetic, weak excuse for a human being calls himself my father.
Look, I need that tuxedo by Saturday night. I was just in there last week. I don't see what the problem is. It's open. Look, you better have it by then or I don't know, I'll think of something. I'm a cop, you know. These incompetent boneheads. Park it over there. All right, sweetheart, what's the year, make, and color of your car?
What?
The year, make, and color of your car. Simple enough question, right?
Yes, I realize that, but I don't
Just
understand.
please.
It's a blue VW, a 1978-77.
Where was it parked when it was stolen?
Excuse me?
This parking lot in front of your house, place of employment?
I think there's been some kind of a mistake. My car hasn't been stolen. At least it hadn't been stolen as of a few minutes ago. I'm Stacy Phillips from the Chronicle.
Oh, look, I'm sorry. I'm not authorized to make any statements about the Barton shooting. You'll have to talk to Captain Lewis, all right?
I'd just like to ask you a few questions about the Policemen's Annual Athletic Association dinner this Saturday night.
Oh. I'm sorry about that. Really, this is great. This is really great. Can I get you a cup of coffee or something? Listen, you know that I'm speaking there, don't you? That is, if I can get my tuxedo. Well, that's not your problem. What can I do for you?
Well, let's talk about the speech. Can you give me an idea as to the text?
I certainly can. I might just try it out on you right now.
If you'd like. Brubaker, I got a problem.
You certainly have, Mrs. Lawson.
I've been getting these. Maybe I'd better leave.
No. You sit down. Mrs. Lawson's complaints are frequent. Very frequent.
I resent that, Brubaker.
Look, I'm in the middle of something very important here. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, but I...
No buts. Please. Pretty please. Excuse me. Now, I think maybe we could talk about some of the background of the organization. The Police Athletic Association is, it's not new. It's just fallen apart in the past couple of years. A bunch of us thought that was really a shame, decided to revamp it. Now, our main objective...
Oh, Gil, I didn't expect you back for about another 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, that makes two of us.
Well, what happened?
Well, let's just say someone rained on my parade.
Your date said no before you could ask again, huh? Weaver.
Russ, since Gil's back, I guess that ends my lunch hour. We got a lot of stuff to push through this afternoon.
Come on, can't Big Brother run the company for a few minutes longer?
No, I'm afraid not. So if you two could bid each other farewell, I'd appreciate it.
You know, I think that's his way of admitting that this company couldn't run without your input.
So that means dinner tonight at your place, right?
Yeah, with you cooking, how could I say no?
Good. Well, I hope that your afternoon will be better than your morning.
Yeah, I hope so.
Well, bye.
Bye. Oh, Gil. Take it easy.
You want to grab one of those blueprints over there? I want to show you the revisions I made so you can change your sketches.
Thank you
For what?
for not doing to him what he obviously was doing to you.
Ah, so you will admit he has his faults.
Well, he had a hard morning.
Yeah, right.
Well, anyway, thank you.
Marianne, I told you I was going to lay off, and I meant it. If you want to make the biggest mistake of your life, that's your problem, not mine.
Thank you very much, Sergeant. You've been a big help.
It's my pleasure. I'll see you Saturday night. Then.
Right.
You call that important?
As a matter of fact, I do. Now, what's this emergency, Mrs. Lawson?
I have been getting obscene phone calls.
Well, then change to an unlisted number. Telephone company about it. I can't do any more than that.
Well, that's not good enough.
Well, it's going to have to be good enough because I don't have any more jurisdiction than that.
But suppose I know who it is.
Who is it?
Tab Barron.
I'll check into it.
Well, I'm glad you're so broke up about
Look,
it.
I'm going to file a routine report. If you get any more concrete evidence proving that, I suggest you take it to the DA and use it in your case against Tab Barron. Now, if you'll please excuse me.
Thanks for nothing.